MCs. I don't care how you slice it, they're two of the most respected MCs.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say to me.
What's up?
What up, loved one? How you doing, man?
Walking into the love.
Yes.
Into the love.
Yes. There he is. Two of the game's most respected MCs, Heather B.
Yup.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The Soul Series.
You need these.
The No Competition Series. The Summertime Shootout Series.
Oh, yup.
The Top 5 Dead or Alive mixtape.
You know that.
What's your favorite album by Jadakiss, DJ Wonder? Go ahead and say it, man.
It's the game goodbye.
What about Fabolous, man?
Real talk.
Oh. They came together, Heather B, and it's almost unfair what they did when they put together this Friday on Elm Street album that's out right now.
No steroids, though.
No steroids.
No steroids.
I got out of bed one night because I was told they were having a listening.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, shit.
I remember when you came to work that morning.
Heights.
And said, guess where I was last night?
Yo, I ain't been to an album listening in a long time,
You
man.
ain't got off your couch in a long time.
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
At that event, Sway was one of. It was a lot of important people in the building, a lot of family, a lot of media, a lot of label heads and things of that nature. But I was watching him. He was one of the only. Now I can't say the only, but the way he was really tuning everybody out. You know what I mean? Really absorbing the project. So I appreciate that.
Oh man, it's from the first track, F versus J, the intro. The intro was so important in the sequence. Especially nowadays. I've gotten to the point where it's like me and King Tech used to listen to music like this. We would take an album back when people made vinyl, and they would bring it to the wake-up show, and we would put the needle on a track and listen for about 15, 20, 30 seconds and bounce. Then I got out of that. I felt like I'm doing a disservice because there's so much that can happen in a song after 15 or 30 seconds. Recently, I got back into that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you could just bong, bong, bong.
I got that way when I was picking beats. 'Cause I felt like you could get the energy immediately when you hear something you like on the beat side.
Yeah.
The first 20 to 30 seconds is really the gist of it. You know what I'm saying?
If it's gonna grab you, it's gonna grab you.
It's like when you stir in a pot and you take that spoon up and you know what I mean? You know if it's there or if it's not there.
First impression is very important.
The first taste, right? The first taste. But hold up. Two of the, I said it earlier, most respected MCs. I call these dudes. I see them. We cross paths in passing. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but we just in the same spot. I called Fab. I couldn't find Jada's number. I called Fab the next day and said, "My gosh, man, bro, how do you maintain, man?"
Yeah.
Jadakiss and Fabolous are here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for having us, Sway.
Oh man, this we homies. Ain't even
Big fan of the show. Yeah,
He was always
love the
sitting
show.
there.
Huh?
No, you wasn't always sitting there. You was?
No, we got to
We
switch
switch it
up
up.
because it's two of y'all, so usually Tracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I ain't give her a hug. I usually give her a hug.
I appreciate your observance.
No doubt.
I love Jada, y'all.
Let me bring y'all in this other conversation. Well,
Like, by the
Jada.
way, where you got over there?
Right.
Jada, pay attention, man.
Yep.
You know, principles, baby. It's all about principles. So I'm going to start naming tracks that stuck out in my head. Principles is one of them. You know, and we often talk about integrity and principles and discussing. Well, how did y'all come up with the concept behind some of the tracks like Principle? Like, did y'all do it together?
No, that's one of the ones that we sent.
Right.
I had it, but I had listened to the hook, and what the hook was talking about was saying its principles about. It was saying it says Shorty got shot in the streets because he ain't pay his fees, but it wasn't about the money. So I think a lot of things, a lot of the rap today. Everybody's hustling, everybody's trying to get their money, but everybody's is preaching, if it ain't about the money, don't talk to them, you know what I'm saying? So certain things got to go back to just the principle of it, you know what I mean? And right is right and wrong is wrong. And it's not even sometimes people do wrong things for money as well, a lot of times. But you know what I'm saying? So that's what that song really, when I heard that hook, that it stuck to me, you know what I'm saying? I thought that me and Kiss should do that joint.
And then once I heard it, it was like, this kind of songs that I love anyway. You know what I mean? That's what's going on in today's world that sometimes get overlooked. The principles and morals and things of that nature are less preached on now. You know what I mean? And when we came up, that you couldn't come outside without principles. You couldn't go on the block with the older dudes.
Or when you stepped out there, you was taught the principles.
You was taught the principles.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now nobody's there, lining the principles out for the young guys. So, that's a message in the song at the same time.
I'm gonna let moments breathe. Shit, last time we saw Fab was in 2014.
Yeah.
So the young OG,
Wow.
You remember that?
Wow.
And then he came in.
that.
Yeah, and that was a great time. Talks about it. I want to do a lyrical breakdown with this one. Let's do that.
I don't get it. What exactly don't you get?
Breaking down the lyrics you may not understand.
What the hell did you just say?
It's the Lyrical Breakdown
I can break it down like whatever you want.
on Sway in the Morning.
First of all, you got Miss Taylor on this track.
Shout out to TT.
TT came on this track, and I mean, she's such a talented person altogether, right?
She's an amazing talent, man. And I think her voice, it carries and varies. You know what I'm saying? Like she could sound like a church lady if she wanted to.
Yeah, she's a chameleon.
Yeah.
A talented. She can take it there wherever you need her to take.
She brings some soul, some. She got some '90s R&B in her tone. She got a lot of different vibes with her. So definitely was happy that she could be a part of this song as well.
It's a powerful song.
Yeah.
And the times are so crazy right now. We spent the morning talking about Matt Lauer.
Yeah, I was just reading that in the Sprinter, man. It's ill.
Oh, what Matt do?
They let him go, man.
They fired him
today. Yeah.
Sexual harassment.
Another one of them things.
Yeah, another one of them things.
And they let him, Matt Lauer, $28 million man. They let him go. Sexual harassment. And then
sexual harassment is at
There's
a
something
all-time
going
high
on.
right
Somebody
now.
say, yo,
You can't even wink at a chick right now. Like this, don't flirt with nobody at your workplace. Don't walk by. Don't even look up. Just talk about.
I feel this is from the higher
Hey, Barbara,
uppers, though.
just keep moving.
I feel it's coming from the higher uppers. You know how we just had all them hurricanes and them?
Yeah.
I feel like somebody made those happen, and I feel like somewhere in one of these offices, somebody just said, yo, we just gonna hit sexual harassment.
Let's make this movement happen.
It's crazy how they all coming out.
They all coming back to back.
Dog, it's nuts.
In the song "Why" you did a lot of conspiracy theories back then. Are you still up on that?
They still. A lot of them questions are still yet to be answered.
Bush, you said Bush why did Bush take down the towers and right? And the song got banned in some places.
Yeah.
What questions you think still need to be answered?
I don't even remember the words.
That's why when I quoted lyrics, you looked at me like, did I swear?
He's like, yo, did I say that shit? I was tripping.
Tripping.
I was just speaking my mind.
Well, in the first verse of Talk About It, it says, first thing they say is stop killing. But can we talk about the cop killings before we talk about the crack dealings? They acting like blacks ain't got no feelings. Knowledge of self is through wisdom, so can we talk about the school system? What about the school system?
Horrible. I mean, at least, growing up in Yonkers, it was always segregated to a certain extent. Before, when I was a baby, it was really segregated. It was like 1 or 2 high schools for the blacks and then the rest of the schools for the other people. But it got a little better when I was in high school. After that era, my high school and junior high wasn't that bad. And now, though, it's horrible. It's no sports. It's nobody cares about the kids. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that gets overlooked too. You know what I mean? Because that's probably more important than the national deficit. Making sure the kids get that education that they need at that young age, because once you got it, and once you don't get it, you really probably never gonna get it. You know what I mean? And once they tamper with the babies, we finish. So you know what I mean, I stick to that seriously. I got 5 kids. One's about to graduate college. I got 4 more to go. So I'm not playing with this school system.
Absolutely. What do you tell your sons? Like, especially right now, you talked about, the cop killings. We got a lot of our young sons are being killed at the hands of cops. What do y'all tell your sons about being out there in public?
Oh, I'm on him. I'm on my son heavy. He's in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Down there, you already know about how it could get Confederate flags and all that down there. So I just always preach, make sure he's safe, make sure he's not alone. Just make sure you're not doing nothing stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah. For the most part.
But a lot of times you ain't gotta be doing nothing stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'll be telling my son.
You gotta tell him to pray and stay inside.
What do you say, Pat?
I mean, my son is a little younger, so but he still sees, and hears. And, asks us questions. And sometimes the questions don't even got the right answer, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not a real logical answer that I can give him. But I try to just instill in him just that, that things are going on and let him be aware of it and not isolated from it. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes the ignorance in some is just because people don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never want my son to just not know what's going on out here. I want him to know and even know what's happening to his people and what's happening to, different people in different walks of life. Because he's living in Fab Kid mode, and you know what I mean. So, but he at the same time he still needs to know what's going on, and even in Fab Kid mode, stuff like that can happen too. You know what I mean? Things happen. So I, just try to keep him in tune and educated to what's going on in the world.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I just kind of like hearing y'all talk, bro.
Right.
That's why I just sit and watch. Man, I've been watching you dudes do your rounds. And y'all out here working this project, man. Y'all out here, putting in the promo, the energy.
Yeah.
It's like back in, 98 and 2001.
I'm committed, man. When I step into a project, I'm committed. So, after that, I kind of like, I take my time and just chill. But, that's why I probably ain't been back since, 2014. No, once again, I know the door is always open for me. You know what I mean? So,
True.
you know what I mean? One day I'm going to call y'all up and just pop in. But for the most part, when we do projects, same thing I told Kiss, like I'm committed, whatever we need to do.
Yeah, man. Nah.
For the cause.
For the cause. Okay, Tracy, go ahead.
Yeah, I love
Culture.
talk about it as well, because I feel like you guys just place a mirror right in front of society so we can see the good, the bad, the ugly. And so it made me wonder, what do you feel is hip-hop's role when it comes to political strife? Like, should artists be obligated to speak about certain issues on platforms?
Not at all.
Okay.
I mean, it's on the individual. It's on. Our job is that the jobs that we have are to make music. You know what I mean? We contractually signed to a record label to do music, and the other jobs is our other jobs. But as an individual, if it hits home, if it affects you, you should talk about it from the heart, not just because I'm Kiss or he's Fab. He should talk. If he's going to speak on the issue, it should be something that he wants to speak on. And if he don't want to speak on it, he don't have to speak on it just because he Fab too. People get that misconstrued that we ain't the politicians. The people that's supposed to be speaking on it should be speaking on it. Just because somebody's a famous soccer player or LeBron or that don't, you know what I mean? If you want to, and it's always good if it affects you or if you can help somebody, but I always get, you get trolled in comments, why ain't you talking about this? Because I don't have to talk about what you want me to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
that's just how I feel.
The song itself, I think, is a spark to the conversation, and that's what needs to happen more a little bit too. Like things need to be put out there. Sometimes when you just hold things in, they always say holding something in is bad for you. Then you know what I'm saying. So I think that the song itself, talk about it. That's what it's about. It's about putting that topic of discussion out there and letting people be aware. Because sometimes people just don't know nothing.
Caught up in what
you know
they're
what I mean?
doing, yeah.
Even like if you look at the Chicago situation, there's people who live every day in downtown Chicago, and it's beautiful. And they don't know what's going on the other side of town. So we got to keep putting it out there and make it, it's kids dying out here, y'all. You know what I mean? And make them. And then they, some of them people might actually do care. They just not in the know, they walk a life every day, and they don't hear no gunshots. They go to work, they go to the Cubs game, and everything is good. So we just trying to bring some awareness, and at the same time, I think like he said, everybody could talk about it. Let's talk about it on all lights.
Jadakiss, Fabulous, 888-742-3345. Let's talk about it, y'all. Sway in the morning. Two of the greatest.
I got something to say.
Didn't even try to.
Effortless, like you said.
You like that, Heather B? Man, Fabulous and Jadakiss are here. When I think about the political times right now, Mike Muse, you could probably chime in on this too. Right now, how we in politics take on policy and find out information is usually through Twitter now.
Yeah.
Where before a lot of meetings were being held on the Hill and behind closed doors, you didn't know what was going on in politicians' minds. That's a gift in many ways, and in some ways that's a curse, because we see how it shifts the stock market, we see how it shifts other nations. And President Trump has really utilized Twitter as a tool to get him elected, and at the same time to get his messaging across. One day maybe one thing, the next day maybe the other, and also he used it to clap back. And people are often asking, where did he get this from? What motivated him to do this? And honestly, I think I figured it out, and I know who's to blame.
Who?
Fabulous.
Yes.
It's Fabulous' fault.
Me?
Fab was the king of Twitter when that joint first came through.
King of the clapback from the Soldier Boy days, the Joe Budden days, Jim Jones, Ray J, the whole. You taught people how to utilize Twitter that way. Add that to your. Give him a round of applause, man. The way he influenced the president, man. How do you feel about that? You want to say a speech?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to be a part of anything Trump is being recognized for. You know what I'm saying? Twitter is a platform, man, and I think he also uses it because like sometimes social media is there, but it's not really engaging. So he can like inform people that be on Twitter who really don't know what's going on. They could just take that little 140 characters and think they know what's going on. You know what I mean? It's like social media has this way of people are involved but not involved. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's like it's just a scroll. It's just even a tap. Or I was having a conversation with somebody about how even social media. Like people like do birthday shout outs. You know what I mean? Yeah. But a lot of people now do that. But won't pick up the phone or even shoot a text to say happy birthday to somebody, but they'll do it in that way. So it's like a mixed message. Sometimes it's impersonal. It's personal but impersonal, and it's like they want everybody else to see that they did it rather than actually the person that is.
That's what it is.
That's
great too.
Because I did yesterday. You see everybody saying happy birthday to Styles.
I saw that.
I just called them and did it through the
And it means
the
a lot
regular
more.
way.
Birthday, the real people that care about you call you or at least
yeah.
text you to, you know what I mean?
I'm
So
liking
then,
your
how
shit.
do you guys feel about Twitter beefs now in 2017? Like, is that still an appropriate way, or was it
Twitter
ever?
beefs?
Yes.
What is that?
That's an oxymoron.
You can't even put the word Twitter and beef. You can't use those in not where I'm from. You can't. You know what I mean? Beef is beef and Twitter is Twitter.
Right.
Okay.
When I used to do that, and it was like jokes, and people used to be getting taking upset and get sensitive about it. Some used to feel like you're not a comedian, but it was, it was in good humor. I never was trying to malicious. I never called anybody any names out of, anything malicious, like you a B, you know what I mean? I never did it in that in that form. It was more like jokes, and you know, I kind of even fell back because people was getting a little sensitive too. So, you know what I mean? It's a platform. It's, you know what I mean? You use. I think a lot of people got to see some of my personality through it sometimes.
Funny dude, bro.
Fab got my Instagram popping.
How?
Because I was doing Fab Sundays with cooking, and I would play your music in the background, and I just started calling it Fab Sundays from my kitchen. Dope. And people like just started hashtagging Fab Sundays. Shit, you sent me like mad followers.
Well,
I'm glad.
Well, I need a plate for that. You know what I mean?
What do you eat?
On it. I
like,
eat everything. I'm greedy.
I eat everything.
I eat everything. This funny part of this collab, because me and Kiss are kind of like different. What's her name? Like he like a day guy. I'm a night guy.
Yeah.
He got a different type of diet. I eat any and everything. So it's
you got a juice.
You ain't juicing?
So you only juice?
I juice when I'm with Kiss.
I try to get him a little bit. You know what I mean? Before he go get a burger or something.
Then I get in the car and get chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't eat juice. I just don't eat.
Eat a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I only eat fish.
Fish. Yeah, no, next time then I got you, Fab, because you definitely got my Instagram popping.
Then that's how you really make it a Fab Sunday. You know what I mean? You gotta come through with that. Come get me a plate. You know what I mean? Pick up a plate or something.
Hey, I have a question for you guys.
That's Mike Muse. Hold on, Mike. Say your name. They don't know you. Y'all, that's Mike Muse. He worked with a lot of presidents.
Okay. What's up, Mike?
It's good to meet you, gentlemen. Huge fan of your work. This song is so powerful, right? And Jadakiss, you said that you hope just to spark conversation. And what Sway was alluding to in terms of politics is become so democratized now because of social media, right? And people just used to listen to people on the Hill, but now they are actually listening to their football players or their rappers now. That's who they get their source of information from. So with this song, I know you say you want to spark conversation, but for your fans who look to you now for information, what are you hoping that they do with this information that you're rapping about? Or what is the conversation you hope that they spark?
They spark it, you know what I mean? Keep it going in a positive light. The same way we do with the juice bar. Like with our juice bars, we put them in the hood. And if one person a day or one person a week could tell somebody else about juicing or pass on some positive information to their sick aunt that didn't know a kale with a cucumber could help something. Yeah. That's all we ask for. That's the same thing with this song. If whoever hears it, if they could just spread it a little and it, you know what I mean, and it goes and does what it's supposed to do, we appreciate that. Because we rappers at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. I'm not Colin Powell. He's not, you know what I'm saying? We here to do it. This is our job, but we trying to spread the word at the same time as entertaining. If you understand.
Absolutely, yes. Man. Why I just see these dudes in the studio clowning around, man? Like, what was y'all time like in the studio?
Who was
breakdancing?
Breakdancing.
Yo, on the low.
I think I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go. I gotta pull my suit, my track suit out.
Kiss. I heard. I don't think I seen it. I heard Kiss is
heard about it.
I only heard.
Used to be
I've
nice.
heard great myths.
Used to be nice.
About his breaking?
You think it's a myth? I think it's a myth. I'm strictly on the floor though. That's what I mean.
There's not enough room in here.
I need linoleum in space. We come back to the D Block studio. I'm gonna show him.
You go show him? All right. Swiss Beats. First of all, congratulations to Swiss Beats. I saw he went to the Harvard program.
Yeah.
And recently graduated. And,
that was dope.
And wasn't that fucking? I mean, that's fucking amazing, man. Yeah. And I watch him a lot because he's an inspirational source to me. You watch his Instagram. You can't but walk away feeling good about yourself or inspired. Similar to what you say in Nightmares about people got a dream. You know, what do you say in that hook?
I say you got a dream and make nightmares ain't as bad as they seem. The dreams make the nightmares not as bad as they seem. Yeah. So that's in the, you know, where we all come from. We might have come from the bottom. We might have come from rougher places. But in those places, you have to dream that you could be more than what you just have around you. If you only surround yourself and believe that your environment or this wherever you are is all you can be, that's all you're gonna accomplish. So you gotta dream to be more in every situation that you are. You know, every tough time you get into, you have to believe or have faith that there's something better.
No, it's something about this, the right portion you could keep, you know what I mean? You could knock off like 20, 30 of these a day. You could.
Hey, Kalani, go get him a case. Go get him a case.
Go get Jada a case.
Go get him a case. Help him. Somebody help her out. I like this because where I'm at in my life, I like to surround myself by inspirational things.
Facts.
And Swiss is inspirational. And when I listen to the music he produced on this project, I believe in intangibles. So if you surround yourself with the right people, whatever you produce from it is going to give off a right byproduct of it. Yeah. The song theme music. When I listen to that, man, that's just like that's epitome of what a hip hop song should be like. Mm-hmm. And I can't help. I know y'all get this question a lot, and like I know steel sharpens steel, men sharpen men. But it must be fun to be rapping next to somebody as great as Kiss, or somebody as great as Fab, to see where it takes you. Mm-hmm. Did you feel like he took you to higher levels, or vice versa, having to write with each other?
I felt, I felt just like you said though, steel sharpens steel. You know what I mean? I feel like, you go into the studio feeling like you want to put your best foot forward, and like you said, it's a caliber of MCs, you know what I'm saying? And I always, from the beginning of my career, put Kiss on a high caliber of MC. You know what I'm saying? Between just his cadence, his flow, his voice. You know what I mean? To me, he has if not one of the most distinct voices in the hip hop game ever. Like I don't know anybody who, somebody made a joke like when he call and order a pizza that they be like, is this Jadakiss? Because it's nobody else that you know what I mean that could have his sound, man. And so alone, that was a pleasure for me just working with him and being able to even see the recording process. Like this is also somebody that he's not that much older than me. We like in a class it would be like a senior and I'd be sophomore or something like that, but I grew up listening to his, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I remember listening to Clue tapes when I was striving to get on a Clue tape, and him and the Locks used to be starting the Clue tapes, and you know what I mean? So I just got a lot of history of that, you know what I mean?
And vice versa. And they say when you work with somebody or you're around somebody, you learn about them and you learn things. You know what I mean? You learn some things that you didn't know for your own self. So as far as like him saying he was a fan, I was definitely, the Locks, we was all in the car together the first time he ever rhymed on the radio. So and that
you heard that?
Being with him now, making this project, I learned that was the first time he ever met Clue. He didn't even know Clue that day. So that was ill because we was all in the car like, this nigga's crazy. Who was this? He was rhyming off Money, Power, Respect beat. He was murdering it. You know what I mean? So then to grow and meet him and build a bondage over the years and then do a project together that's received well by the people was a beautiful thing. And when we was in the studio, it was more like, when we did this project, it was real genuine. Cause some dudes do projects together, you won't hear their verse to mastering.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
They're trying to hide their shit.
Yeah, a bunch of that. You know what I mean? We send it as soon as he got his idea and he lay something, I'm sending it. I send it. So it makes it flow better like that. It was no gray areas.
No rewrites?
It was No
rewrites?
Nah. Not really.
Oh man, you looking at the best in the game right here. Nah, we ain't got to rewrite verses.
True to the light.
Let's come back, man. I want to play theme music with Swiss Beats, and you got a bunch of callers that's calling up. Jadakiss and Fabolous are here Friday on Elm Street. This is a milestone moment in hip hop. Kiss, there you go.
They got me a case of waters.
There you go, man. Essential. That's for you, man.
It's my favorite water, by the way.
No
there
doubt.
You go, man. You want? You want a case too, Fab?
Get on the horn with these people, Lenny.
So I got to
get some. Turn this to a bag, a water bag.
Okay, cool. Next time y'all could bring me a gift like y'all brought Angie.
Gotcha.
Oh, we got gifts. see, don't speak too early. We might have some gifts. We might have some.
All right, cool, man.
We don't, but we might have had some for you.
888-742-3345.
Lenny, get the gifts.
This that theme music. Some back on your dean.
To get ugly in the streets. That Fab, that Jada, that Swiss. Middle fingers to your haters. Come on, man, get a plate. Get your own plate.
This one right here, this is the one that had LL rocking, right?
Yeah.
That was dope.
Did you see that? LL went viral.
Legend.
LL, LeBron,
Fab said he brought the
Estelle,
lick back.
Kevin Hart.
I knew it was official when he licked the lips. Then I knew it was official.
That was the sacrament right there. Mel had the studs.
He bought a rope. The rope chain was out. I was like, oh, he bought
45 million New York fitted
in the
hats behind
background.
him.
Yeah.
He had the Scully on.
Yeah, he was vibing.
I was Rock the Bells LL right there.
And he had the Harvard hoodie.
I think he wrote a verse after that. With that verse, L?
Yeah.
The remix. The remix. With L on it.
The remix only gotta have legends on it. We do that.
L, man.
Timeless.
Swiggity talking to you, man. Get on that remix, man. You like that, Wonder? You came and said something to me.
Yeah, I like it. Now, did Swiss produce that, or you just talk on it?
He produced
that.
So, Swiss Beats is known for his drums. What did you think when you first heard that track? There's no drums on there. It's just
I felt the energy without drums, and that's how I knew it was something, because it gets you moving
Before
without
we
even
laid it,
drums.
we played the beat for about 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
It just got movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Swiss is, he's so influential in both of our careers that I really wanted Swiss a part of, this project. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went one day and rode with him in the city and played what we had started, and he was a little distracted. His phone kept going off, and I'm like, oh man, I can't get this guy to focus on what's his name. But he was always there. It was just a matter of time of what's his name. Then I had to I said, yo, Kiss, you got to put in the OG call. Kiss go back a little further with him.
But it's you got to catch Swiss. Swiss is you got to catch him in the vibe. You know what I mean? But one thing about him, he wanted to be a part of every good project that's coming out. So there's always a chance to catch him. It's just you got to catch him.
Just when you catch him.
Yeah, just when you catch him. But we caught him. We happened to catch him. And it was right. He was like, yo, Kiss, call him. Tell him I need that.
That's
we got it, yeah.
Does he correct, does he, some producer go, Kiss, I like the verse, but, maybe the second half you might want to redo. Does that ever happen to y'all?
I think it happens over. Sometimes I'm critical of myself.
I'm gonna tell you the funniest story.
Go back and lay it again,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Kodak Black called me to switch a verse.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
For what song? Did he really?
No, it's for him. It's for his
song.
album, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I switched it.
What do you say about it? And then that's really impressive.
No, that's what was funny too, because the way he acts, it's like he couldn't say it. Like he's like
He trying to just lay it
yeah,
out.
he trying to smooth me the best way he could. Yo, dog, you want me to change it? I'll change it. Then he like, yeah, so I changed it. I sent it back. And even the way he said he liked the new one was crazy. It was nuts, dog.
How you say it? Just
Kodak is a special guy, though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was cool with me. It's cool.
No, that's dope. I'm impressed by that. I mean, he cares. That's it. You know, whatever the concept was behind the song, it wasn't even saying you know.
No, it's a song about our moms, though, too. That's what's ill, too. You weren't even going to expect. It ain't even a song it ain't even one of them kind of songs. It's like a heartfelt, it's like a different kind of song.
So what did he want you to change about you speaking about your mom?
That's the part that was great. That's the whole story. It's nuts. It's like a mama song. But I switched it. You know what it is, though? The first time I was just going off the melody of something. And then I like, all right. And then I just had to, you know what I mean? Little Lowry's.
Okay. Put a little salt, a little seasoning on it.
Yeah, red top.
I ain't mad.
I always do that, though.
Yeah.
I always come back and sprinkle. Sometimes you just getting it out. Sometimes, you know what I mean? I think that's a thing when you like a student of the craft. You know what I'm saying? And you come back, you can sprinkle a season. I think a lot of guys, the young guys, they just
with
lay
this
whatever.
Microwave era,
Mine right there.
One take and send it to master.
Freestyle it. You know what I mean?
Yo, speak about the truth.
You work. Future is on this project.
Yeah.
You guys worked before, right? In the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually put anything out. Me and Future really been vibing a couple times. We've been in the studio a couple times and everything. I just I never put anything out, but I know Kiss did songs with him before too. I think Future's special too.
He's special, right?
Yeah, he got a
He got a vibe. He got a pocket.
You know what I mean?
Lane.
He's found his lane and really, you know what I mean? I think when he first came out, people was unsure of like how, you know, like when you just have a hit record, it's just like you just got a hit record.
Yeah.
You ain't really got a lane yet. You know, people really doubt that you even gonna be around. I think it was this Tony Montana or the Same Damn Time record. One of those records. People
Tony
just
Montana was first.
Tony Montana was first. So that was like a record where it was a record that caught, but you know what I mean. You don't know. So people gotta. That's another thing new artists gotta do. Don't take it so personal that people are not saying you're gonna be the next Jay-Z off your first record. You know what I mean? You have to really put in some groundwork.
That work in.
You know what I mean? People was doing that to me when I first came out. I used to get comparisons to Mace. I used to get that I was only good for R&B remix. And here I am sitting here, you know, 18 years later.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I didn't take it personal. You know what I mean? I just figured like I got to put the work in. You know what I mean?
Jada's hilarious.
But you put the work
Hello.
in. Yeah. I remember asking you when Jay said he was going to retire. Are you ready to wear the crown? You know, because people were throwing your name in the bag of, you know, the next king of New York at one point.
Yeah, I mean the King of New York thing. I think that was
back then. That was
back
popular.
then. It was really like a accomplishment or like just, and it's kind of. I always felt them titles too. It shouldn't be like self-proclaimed. I feel like the people
gotta make you the king.
Yeah, you feel it in the street. You feel it in your in the way you know, holding it down for the city, in the town and out of town. You know what I'm saying? Because a king got to carry the crown wherever he go, not just walk around New York and say, I'm the king of New York. You got to they got to feel like you the king of New York everywhere. When Biggie went to wherever Biggie went, L.A., wherever, you looked at him as the king of New York at that time. So, you know, I never just focused on that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm focused on work and success. That's all I focus on. And I feel like everything else comes around that. Money, crowns.
All that shit,
You know. Have the B plates, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
all
man.
of that stuff comes with the, you know what I mean?
Talk to him, Heather.
No, I'm gonna look out for them. I got them. I've been fans forever. They already know we family, so I'm gonna take care of them. But I was curious though, because people talk so much about, oh, I'm gonna do this, we gonna do that. How long did it take to actually say we gonna do this project together from start to finish?
Great question, because everybody be like, yo, y'all had us waiting for, it really wasn't that long.
It's because it's in a microwave era.
It's just
a year in the microwave era is like 10 years.
It's in dog years.
Yeah. You can't tell them. We learned, though, that like you can't just put things out there. You remember before it was like anticipation and build up, and, you know, we come from projects where you working on them and people is waiting on, they putting a date on their calendar.
We still waiting for the detox.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? We ain't the ones, but we don't mind. If it ever comes, we'll be grateful.
And we gonna listen to it. That's another thing. All these trollers, and y'all still went and got it, you gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
So, you know, over time, it looked like it was a really long time, but it might have been a year at most.
Once we let the cat out the bag that we was gonna do it.
Right.
We did a couple freestyles together, Wiggy, Schmurda, and Young Man. We did a couple of them joints. Then we started getting booked. Crazy. We started selling out venues,
shows.
doing Freddie Jason shows. Then he had to go on tour. I went on tour with the Locks. Then the weather got hot. That didn't really, you know what I mean? We didn't want the first initial one to come out. You needed to be cold and dark.
I think the project is a fall winter kind of vibe too. You know what I'm saying? It's not a summer. You know, people in the summer is trying to turn up. Everybody get mixy in the summer. They want to be by the pool and this ain't by the pool music. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you know what I mean? It's a different type of music. Like so, we wanted to write for the right time.
Then we came back and did. When we actually sat down and did it, it didn't take long at all.
Yeah, because we had started when we first had the conversation. Then it was also like it was licensing stuff. It was Freddie versus Jason. We couldn't use that, and you know, other things that you got. So you know, in due time, we
had a whole nother way we thought we was gonna do it.
Yeah.
Alchemist and
we first
names,
started
not Alchemist per se.
Look like Fab, Kiss, produced by Just Blaze. People, oh my God, they gotta hear that. They want to, you know what I mean? Because so that was the initial plan. Let's just get the big name producers, or those names that people would be like, yo, I gotta. And this, things wasn't lining up that way. So we went, all right, let's just go with the best music. Period. Whoever got it, not putting it on any names, and trying to play the name game, and that's where the project actually finished out.
Yeah.
Wow. Great project, man. Friday on Elm Street. We got Justin on the line from Nashville. I got to go through a bunch of these callers, man. They've been waiting patiently. Real quick question, quick answer. Go ahead, Justin.
Oh, man. Great to talk to you guys. First off, I'm a huge fan of Jadakiss and Fabolous. My whole life I've been listening to New York rap. I'm from the South, man. And I get hated on a lot for that down here.
I was about to say, you probably get a lot of flack in Nashville.
I do, man.
I got some cousins down there. If anything, just let me know, man. I'll send them through.
Man, my question is okay, I operate like a team of my best friends, my brothers, like 5 artists, and we're all trying to, put stuff out, get on and stuff. But it's tough in Nashville, man. The scene is tough. What kind of advice do you give me for just trying to put stuff out there? We go the SoundCloud route. We go.
You gotta do that. Yeah. It might be tough, but it's tough in Nashville. But you have internet. You have your social media. You gotta work it, baby. You gotta work it. Work it, JT.
And get into the hot places that's in Nashville. Get in those doors. Get into those cultural scenes that you think could help make or break an artist in that town. I think it start regional though, so you should definitely lay some groundwork down there in Nashville, and then take it from there.
They giving you real answers. I see people come up here and just kind of scoot through the answers, man. They giving you real game. Steve in Ohio, what you want to say, real quick?
Man, salute to Sway in the morning, man. Y'all always be letting me come through. I've been talking to Damon, John. I'm talking to the homies, my bros, Fab, and Jada. Man, I love y'all. I'm about to go cop this extra 6 months. But what I wanted to say is, man, salute to the fellas, because they always keeping that real, talking that real stuff, like real life situations. And y'all actually, man, been helping me out. What I wanted to say is, man, salute to the fellas, because
Did he just repeat himself, man? Get out of here, man. All right. Let's go to Canada. Jay, what up?
Jay. Hey, what's going on? Sway in the morning, family, everybody.
What's up, man? Hey, give me a real question, though. Go ahead.
I got a real question. Okay, this one's for Jada. Pretty much, with your group D Block, you guys go out and you venture and you guys do collabo projects with different artists. Like Styles goes with Talib. He did the 7 project, amazing. Chic with Caesar Face. How do you guys go out and do that and still stay fresh to your music?
By doing that. Nah, you just gotta. we just work, man. You know what I mean? We got a up and running studio with 2 rooms, and we just working while we working on Locks music and the new Locks projects. We be doing other things collectively. I might be working with Fab, Chic might be with Ghostface, Styles might come in with Currency, Talib, anybody. You know what I mean? And we just like to work and keep the spinning, baby.
Mm-hmm. Y'all don't ever get writer's block?
Nah, it's too. I mean, sometimes I do, but
sometimes
I got a lot.
I'm just not in the mood.
I got a nice book collection though. I figured I found a way to get writer's block out of it.
That's why I like
5 hard music. Chapters, a good book.
Just reading?
Yeah, and listening to music. Yeah,
I think good music overall helps spark it too. You know what I mean? I get in a mood sometimes where I'm just not in the mood to write because it's just not.
Sometimes you got to push back and then come back with that tenacity.
Wow, man, that's interesting. I also want to say that Fab has maintained. Fab seemed like he was the guy in high school that won in the yearbook best dressed.
The freshest.
The freshest, right?
We ain't even going tour yet, and he's killing. I'm spending all my money. He's killing me,
yo. This dude, man.
Always.
Yo, man, you be wearing some shit. I'm like, God damn, man, this dude every day got something
Jada's Gucci hoodie, though.
No, I be seeing him. I be seeing Jada.
It's low key.
And it's not a knock on Jada.
No, but Fab.
I do this too. He
overdo. That's how I just was letting it. That's how I was letting it. I was like, yo, he's sitting here acting like, yo.
He over.
It'd be like a battle. It'd be kind of two different battles going on, man.
Nah, I be trying to get him to dress me.
We was in L.A., so we had a break in between our press. What's her name?
Are you gonna talk about? You gonna
Kiss left.
You gonna do this to me right
Kiss
now?
left. And then when we came to the next thing, I had a sprinter full of bags. He like, yo, I'm like, I'm telling you, man, you supposed to come on this ride. When I'm out here, and we going to the plugs.
Listen, it ain't even
You
Fab's
missed all the
fault.
plugs.
It's Fendi's fault.
Fendi's fault.
Listen, this is why. Because they was eating. I ain't want to eat what they was eating, but I still. But listen, no, I was just chilling in the truck smoking. And then, for some reason, we drove somewhere. But even all of this is lovely. If you know how many times a day Fendi calls me, and then for some reason,
he didn't call you.
He could have said, yo, Kiss, we over here. He waited till they loaded up. I seen him hours later, they slid the sprinter door back and looked at like National Liquidators and all. Everything. All right, Fendi, I'm going to get you, dog.
Do you ever wear the same thing twice?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get caught up. You can't get caught up with that either.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the
Just
social
gotta take the
media
pictures
era is
down.
weird. You don't want.
Gotta take the pictures down.
Come on, man.
So
Use
smart.
your
I
brain.
gave up. I don't even try. It is what it is. It's a swiggity.
You know what I like to wear more than once? Like simple pieces. Like something like if it's too much, it might. You know what I mean? This jacket got 7 colors on it, so it might not. But like something that is like a cool,
cool
simple
piece you can keep. Yeah.
That's what I like.
So you might not wear this again?
Nah, I might not be able to get this off too. Cause they gonna be like, "That's the jacket from Sway." Oh, that's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to run into nobody. They got a picture of me on their phone, and I'm wearing the same jacket they got on their phone. I'm just weird like that. So you know what I mean. But I do keep pieces.
You sizing it up?
I'm sizing that jacket up. Like, what are you gonna do with it if you ain't gonna wear it no more?
Fab
Like,
ain't
yo,
really looking at your
He hit
eyes
me
to
with
see
the
what
gel.
you looking at.
In jail, they come at you. What size are those?
Yeah, that's the pat down. Damn.
I felt the heat. I'm like,
Yeah, man. Come on, Fab. I've known you a long time, man. We used to bump into each other at the club, man.
man.
Don't fit, Sway.
It don't work. It don't fit. It ain't gonna fit. I'm
trying all type of like in ways.
Yeah, man, that didn't work either. It went over his head. Hey, man, I'll be remiss. Y'all know what I do here on this show, man, and you know,
I ain't got no bars. Sway.
You ain't got nothing.
I ain't got no bars.
Damn, nothing from the album.
I ain't got no.
Nobody believe you, Jada.
Lies.
Nobody believe you. Okay.
You don't know what I'm working on right now. It's killing me, though.
What you working on? You got the
I
the
can't
D-block
say it
comp?
because of the. How you know stuff, dog?
Look,
I mean, you connected. I can't even say how you know.
That's why I brought up that breakdancer.
You know.
I know a few. I'm a different type of dude. Like you, when you come up here, I be knowing more shit than most folks think I know.
Definitely. That's super facts, though.
Principles. That song you put. Principles won't forbid me to even say half the shit I know that if I was to say, I know could make for some interesting banter. You know, I don't do that. I don't. It's beyond the game to me. I'm about these relationships and shit. So
still a student also.
Yeah. Oh man.
If you know how to maneuver through it, and you know how to maneuver through relationships, and that's another thing that keep people around that a lot of people don't know. Relationships and how to be able to, keep the relationship going. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they just think they the shit and they don't care about their relationships with people. Like you know what I mean?
That's very significant because if you pull out your phone, anybody you really need a favor from, it ain't about the money. They got money. If I need to call anybody in this room, if I need to call you, it is not. You already got money. I already got money. So if I need a favor from you, if it's gonna get done or not, goes off our rapport. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know that. They don't take that. They just think once they become somebody, and then that's it. But then that's when it gets worse because the big dudes with all the bread is harder to get favors from. The genuineness dwindles down, then everything becomes phony now. Once
you got paper too, you can't pay me to do something I don't want to do.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's a good. Kid Capri texted me the other day. Kid. Man, I picked up the phone. And I'm not a phone. I don't talk on the phone. You know, I would talk to y'all on the phone. No doubt. You know, but I don't talk on the phone. But based on a relationship, Kid Capri. Yeah, Kid, what up?
And Kid is a caller. That's Kid. Like he's not a text.
Kid uses his phone.
Yeah. He one of them people that text you and say, "Yo, what's up?" and you answer back, and he call you.
Call you right back.
He call you.
But then at the end of the day, you know, I'm on the phone with Kid Capri. Can't forget who that is. Definitely. You know, and what he's done for us. When y'all mentioned Clue, that's your brother, but can't forget who he is.
Kid Capri is
what he's done.
I sat there and Kid Capri is a iconic DJ. He will be forever. Producer, DJ, did a lot for the culture.
Even just his tag, Kid, that even set the tags up for what a lot of DJs do. Because there wasn't a lot of people who was famous for their tag before Kid Capri.
Nah, not at all. So what about you, Fab? Jada said he ain't got no bars.
I'm coming back with my bars before we go on the tour. Cause that's
when is that? Cause
top of the year.
Yeah, let's come back and get the bars.
Okay,
I can't do it without. We gotta do this. Gotta be.
This ain't Freddie and Jason and
Then he gonna get trolled all day. You know what I mean? So we gotta just.
You gotta look out for the homie. All right, so
I'm with my brother.
See, loyalty,
principles. I'm with that because that's why I said I be knowing stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Lenny S. So the top of the year.
Let's start the year off right.
Let's start the year.
Maybe
that could be the first cypher we do in 2018. My God,
I like that.
That'd be dope. Oh my, and plus Kiss did us a solid. Based on the relationship last year when we did our Doomsday Cypher, the Locks came out and performed at the end of the show, which made it so special to us. And we got our Doomsday Cypher coming up December 14th. We're going to be recording it again. But I appreciate that, you know. So catch me at the top of the year whenever y'all ready. I want it to be right.
No doubt.
I want it to be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun.
So that's
beautiful, baby.
Anything else y'all want to add to the
Friday on Elm Street? Yeah, please
get that now. Download it, stream it,
absorb it.
Just take it in,
soak it in.
You know what I mean?
Man, congratulations, man. You guys put together a really good project. I want to play the remix with Gotti on it.
Shout out Gotti. Shout out
Stand Up Joint. Future. Yeah. And, man, congratulations. I can't wait to see you guys perform. Y'all brought me out, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for that inspiration.
Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you.
Oh, man. I'm coming on tour with y'all.
I only personally like listening sessions either.
Right?
I feel like they turn into like these events where everybody's just socializing and
photos,
eating free food and drinks, and nobody's really caring about the music. You know what I mean? I'd rather just have it in the studio and have the music blazing, and that's it. Like I don't want all of the. I had a big thing about that with Def Jam and like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, don't let this be like just some like shindig. You know what I mean? Like let's make this about the project. You know
about the music. And y'all have some great people in there. Paul Rosenberg has come on board, you know, for top of the year with Def Jam, man. Y'all excited? You excited about that?
I would like to see where it's gonna go, man. I think Paul is definitely a knowledgeable dude of the game, and he knows how to navigate through certain situations. So it should be interesting at least.
What you think, Jada?
I think it's gonna be the same thing, if you ask me. Okay. I mean, I would love it to be a, total makeover.
I'm optimistic.
You optimistic? Well, put it out. I mean, it's a station. You could just say what suggestions would you
I would
make
love it to be. I think some people gonna benefit and some people gonna suffer. That's just how the ball bounces.
But y'all been in it so long, you could tell these guys. Everybody know that the different jobs. Marketing. Branding. Social media.
Seen people come
digital
and go.
platform. Yeah, you've seen them come up. You've seen them earn. You run your own businesses. You have for years. What advice as businessmen would you give him coming into it? Because I'm sure he'll be open from you guys. He'll be open
from him.
For him,
Paul?
Yeah, coming in.
I can't.
I mean, he's done
in
it
that
before.
position. I don't know even the mechanics of what that position is. I know, as an artist, no matter who's in that chair, you got to remain you. And I always even on Def Jam or whatever level, I always maintain my career like I'm an independent artist.
Okay.
So everything I do, that's why I still was doing mixtapes while I was signed. I still was doing, because if you ain't hot for for a second, or if you especially now, I feel like the label even comes around mostly when you put a project out. You know what I mean? Other than that, it's not like back in the days where they would
develop you.
Yeah, all the way around. So I think you just got to be you, and any position that you in. You know what I mean? I think Paul Rosenberg just got to be him. He got to be what he do. I know for me as an artist on any label or these pieces move around. They take different pieces and move around all the time.
All the time.
You know what I mean?
I think I think he gonna do his thing. It's just if he really, cause he's so big already.
Yeah.
With him and the stuff they already built, does he want to intertwine this, or is it the same level of sincerity, or is it just a job, or is it, you never know. But I think he's definitely capable and built to do it. Is how much do he want to do it?
And Def Jam gonna be there. Def Jam ain't going away. Whether Paul is in it, Def Jam been there since Onyx. This is the Onyx video.
Def Jam been there since LL first said box.
Box.
Def Jam gonna
Crush
be there.
Groove. Def Jam. Hey man, listen, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for coming by the show, man. It's always a pleasure. Always an event.
And contrary to belief, you do have the answers, Sway.
You got it.
Yes.
I'm official now. We got Celebrity Bar up next.
Yeah, yo, Tyrese. That's all I gotta say.
Shay 45.
It's Sway in the morning. Only on Shay 45.